Hello and welcome along to another episode of The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's Season 5, Episode 8, and today we start a crucial run into the Championship season with Charlton. Transfer business done in that crazy special last time round. We're back to face league action today. A double header against two sides just in the top half chasing the playoffs. Fulham dropping away, they're now 11 behind us. But above that, Nottingham Forest in 10th place. They're just 7 behind us, and with a win they can really close the gap. We're of course too far behind the top 2 to catch up now. We're just about clinging on in that 6th place in the playoffs, so since you were last with me we are doing well, but we're still just on that brink of falling back out again. We've got a good squad. You obviously saw the additions in the last episode. If you didn't see the crazy transfer deadline day bonanza, please do click in the eye above to check it out. Let me know what you thought of it. I've never been in charge of a tycoon club before, particularly in this save where you're not even in charge of transfers. You're just sitting back and watching the absolute chaos unfold, and it was something very unique for me as a Football Manager player, something that's quite nice to get after 15 years, a completely different experience, but a wonderful one nonetheless. And we've got a very good squad to take us into the run-in. So let's have a quick look at the recent results to see how we've been getting on in the league games. Just the month of fixtures since the transfer deadline day were passed. We obviously lost one of them due to technical issues last time out, and we'll have a little look at the other ones in February just to see how we've been getting on the pitch. But before we talk through these games, and you can see our very good defensive record too, a massive thank you to everyone who continues to follow the series. If you are enjoying it, especially after that transfer special and new additions, please do put a thumbs up on the video. It does make such a difference. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe for daily FM20 content from both of my long-term stories. This one and then the Dorking Wanderers save the other days. That one a one-club story. We're in control of everything there. Couldn't be more different, to be honest. We're talking about all the different things off the pitch, trying to eat the most out of budgets. And in this save, they're just watching them go money galore, offering players 50, 60, 70 grand a week. But let's talk about the 6 games off camera. The Preston one we reflected on at the end of the last episode. Juan Miranda getting the late winner, but it was a brilliant performance. We dominated from start to finish. We could not have deserved the 3 points more. A 2-1 win followed at home to Sheffield United, who were just above us in the league if I remember correctly. Let me just go back and check. I'm sure they were in 5th place. I keep doing that with the schedule. Let's have a little look. Where are they? I think they were 3 points above us. I might be wrong. It's a little bit slow today for some reason. So hopefully Sheffield United aren't too far above us, as otherwise we could be in a spot of bother. So yes, Sheffield United 4th place, 5 points above us at the moment. We obviously closed the gap there. Selnay's now got the best average rating in the league, and he's so far clear of the rest. What a superstar he's been, just as good since the last episode too. Against Sheffield United, it was him and Mowat who got the goals for us. Ryan Brewster with a consolation for the away team. Then a 2-0 win at home to QPR. Delgado and Miranda with a goal late in each half. A 2-0 win at Birmingham. Selnay's again, and Baptiste's central midfield partner. Before a 1-1 draw away at Burnley, Miranda with a goal from left back again. The underlaps really working well. They're getting into those positions on the corner of the box, just rifling shots across the goal. And even when the keepers are spilling them, they're quite often going in the corner of the net, and it's getting the fullbacks quite a lot of chances here. In the last game, we drew 0-0 away at Barnsley. Defensively, we looked very solid, but we did pick up a knock to John Joe Kenny and a couple of others since. So we've got a few new signings coming into the first 11 now. So let's go and have a look at that lineup for the first game today. See how everyone's getting on at the start of March. A few of them settling in now, though the knocks are a little bit of a trouble. 2 players listed there, but there's an even more important one out. And look at the Valley. We were talking about 10 to 15,000 people when we first came in. Today at home to Charlton, albeit a London derby, it's sold out for a big game in the Championship, and that is the effect we've had here. We're delighted with how things are going, but with 7 games between the two sides in previous meetings, Charlton yet to win any of them. A point would be a decent result, but a win would much be necessary at this point. We have to do it without Kenny and Marin, though, and more importantly, we're missing one other key name too, and that is our goalkeeper Dylan Phillips. He's managed to pick himself up a little knock. Let's go and have a look to see what's wrong with him, shall we? I'm not sure what his injury was, a twisted knee. So not good enough for a goalkeeper. We don't want him turning on that. That means Alex Cairns comes in for his first start in the league since we've been here. Not made an appearance for Charlton in the league yet, actually. At 31 after 250 games for Fleetwood, he's got plenty of experience. It's just whether he settles in well here. But in the lineup today, you can obviously see Marin's dropped out due to injury. Because of the right-back situation, we've got James Justin coming in for a start. On the left-hand side, we've also got a couple of changes. We've got Zregova coming back in for the injured Marin. Chet Campbell's coming in central midfield. Is it Chem, I think his first name was? It is. 10 international caps for Wales. He's doing really well for us too. Improving off the pitch, got an assist. Really good player alongside Selnays. Looks like both of those will make a difference. And it means we've got the strength of Alex Mowat on the bench too. Him and Benitez are on there. Vukatic is making a few sub-appearances too. And Adam Smith are reprieved due to the fullback injuries. Just Lucas Silva, the new one, missing out on the squad. So let's go and get into it with this first 11. Cairns in goal. goal. Justin and Miranda the fullbacks, hoping James Justin can get his first goal of the spell. Stevens and Clark at centre-half, Selnay's the superstar in the holding role, Baptiste and Campbell central midfield, Delgado and Hragover on the wings, and Arezzo struggling for fitness up front. We gave him a week's holiday and now he's asking for another one. He's still a good player, but he's just not reaching his potential. He's struggling a little bit due to poor physicality. Selnay's is the superstar still though. He's the man who's been averaging a 7.5. Since he joined the club for us, I've got to show you his form very quickly. It is absolutely remarkable. I've probably not seen anything like it. I know the tactical shape suits him, but I've not seen anything like this since we've been a manager in this game. So we joined the club, when was it? Back here. I think MK Dons was our first game. So 1, 2, 3 6.9s, 1 6.8, everything else in the 7s or 8s until the last 2 games. And even then he was pretty solid, despite us being talking about attacking most of the time. We've not been able to get forward as much in those 2 games. 2 away draws against high-rated opposition. Barnsley up in 3rd, Burnley in 8th. We didn't expect to have much of the attacks, but we're hoping he can get back to form today. Let's see if we can go and get a good result in a London derby. Okay, 4-4-2 for our opponents. A few recognisable names. Danzo at centre-half, I recognise. Target at left-back, the Villa player. We've got Hadji in the middle. He's got the Rangers on loan in real life, I think. Morpay up front, the man who's obviously at Brighton in the Premier League. So a few good players in that side. A few regens too, and a few experienced pros. They've got a nice balance in their squad. I'm surprised they're not doing a bit better, actually. Maybe they've just not got the quality there. So Stephen Schumacher wanted us to do it for the fans, but we're going to tell the lads to prove a point. Most of the lads motivated, so let's get into the first half. See if they can put in a worthy performance at the Valley. Well, goal kick for Ashby Hammond for Fulham. Long ball down the left-hand side. They've got the winger on the ball. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name. As it goes back inside, Hadji finds target. They're keeping it well, and Fulham looking good early on. We've had most of the possession, but we're only a minute in, and they've got a chance to deliver from left into Morpay. We're behind after a minute. Only 2 goals conceded all month, and we're now behind. And we've got a lot of thinking to do. That was so easy over on the wing. James Justin struggling out wide, and we didn't really put up a fight in the box either. Though we are back on the attack 2 minutes later. Campbell's lost it in the middle and it's gone straight out of Fulham again. They look so confident in possession. They're playing rings round us, nice triangles. Just look at them playing it round. We can't keep up. We're getting played here and the lads are trying to close down, but it's just not quite quick enough. Out to the right hand side. Kyra down the right hand side. They've got 2 men out there. One through ball again. Morpay's in for the second time. Through 1-on-1. He scored again. 4 minutes gone. We're 2-0 down. Disaster as we finally get a full house here and we're letting them down with a terrible performance. I'm not sure what else we can do. How has this happened in 4 minutes? There's only been 2 shots all game, so it's not like we can put it down to poor tactics. It's just been done by 2 balls over the top. The lad's not out the traps yet. Maybe we should have listened to the team talk as Miranda comes forward to Justin here. Can we get one back early on and fight back in this game? It's not often we have to come from 2 goals down. We have struggled for goals, as you've seen recently. A 0-0 draw last time out, but here comes Hragover. Campbell shoots just over. Good effort from distance, but it's behind for a goal kick and we still trail 2-0 early on. Throw on the right again. James Justin this time. We're trying to get back into it. 1-2 with Arezzo. We could do with him in the box there, though Campbell heads down 12 yards out. Poor header, pretty tame, couldn't get enough on it, and he's straight through to the keeper, Ashby Hammond. Fulham bringing it forward again. He's just finding that man out wide. Good bring down from the right winger, and we can't close quick enough. It's such a problem here. I'm not sure how we deal with this tactic. We're playing a 4-4-2 and we're getting outclassed in the middle of the pitch, something that really shouldn't be happening at this level. Selnay's not had a kick yet. That's a big concern for us, and defensively we look all over the shop. Back into the middle to Hadji. Long ball over the right. They're just through again. The fullbacks can't keep up with them. Here he comes on the right. They've got a man over into the box. It's going to be 3. It's 3-0 with 12 minutes gone. How on earth do we deal with this? They've had 3 shots, scored 3 goals from all of them. We've had 7 shots, not managed to broach the target yet. This is a real big concern for us. I've never seen us malt like this since I've been at the club. Ashby Hammond with a goal kick again. I don't know what's going on here. Can someone let me know how this has happened? We've let in 2 goals all month and we've just come out the traps woefully here. We've won it back on halfway, but it's too little too late. We haven't scored 3 goals in many games and I can't see it happening again now as Selnay finds Chem Campbell in the middle. In the centre circle, can we get one back? Into Delgado, it's overhit though. Falls 6 yards out and Fulham will just clear long. Back to Jack Stevens on halfway. Out to James Justin, the right back. I mean, look at the ratings. No one's really got a poor match rating as Hragover heads just over from a long ball, but it's pretty aimless. It was never going to lead to a goal, and despite having an even chances in this match, we're somehow 3 down with a quarter of the game game gone. All of the match ratings are good, so I'm not quite sure how it's come about. It's not like it's individual errors or anything silly. The lads have just been beaten by 3 good bits of play, and Fulham have run rings round us when in possession. Here's Clark to Chem Campbell. We are coming back into it. We've never been out of it, to be honest. We've just not really played the ball as Campbell gets through one, into the box on a post, shoots and hits the post. Should have been a goal, but it's still 3-0. And with half an hour gone, we're on top but still trailing by 3. Here's Justin back to the right back. Out to Jack Stevens. He finds Delgado. He's got 2 running off him. Can he get a man in? We just need a bit of support up. It's all a little bit slow and lethargic. Going forward, we're struggling a tad. As Stevens finds James Justin on the overlap. 2 in the middle if he can find them. Can he get it in? Blocked towards the back, but it's a penalty kick. Why's that been given? It didn't look a foul. Selnays will take it. He's the main man here, and we desperately need him to give us a route back in this match. Let's see if he can put it away. Fingers crossed. Don't even want to look, to be honest. Selnays steps up left-footed, down into the corner. The keeper went the right way but couldn't save it, and it's 3-1 with 15 to the break, and despite dominating, we still trail by 2 goals here. Throwing on the left-hand side, just coming up to the break. If we can make it 2-1 before half-time, I would start to feel a little bit of optimism. Miranda to the edge to Selnays, though, trying to create something special. Falls for Campbell as it deflects away. Into Rigover, shoots, blocked out to Arezzo. Taps in from 3 yards, completely unmarked. Pounced on the rebound, got his first goal in ages, and it's 3-2 before half-time. Where's all the drama come from? We've had 6 boring games this month. Not many goals aside in any of them. And now we're going to tell the lads to show a bit of desire. They're 3-2 down at half-time. We've given ourselves a chance back into this match. Let's see if we can nick ourselves at least a point. Here's Chem Campbell, goes for the shot. Blocked 25 yards out to Delgado. We're starting the second half the way we finished the first, and surely we could come back and get a point in this. Selnays finds Campbell. We're still coming forward. Just need to get an early one here. Campbell shoots just over from 25 yards. Goes for the spectacular, but it was always rising. It's fallen for him a minute later again, though, in the middle. Though he does lose the challenge to Morpay and Hadji here. Fulham bringing it forward. They just want to get a goal here. They get one. It'll probably settle the nerves. Probably end the game as a contest, to be honest, but they've been forced all the way back to the goalkeeper. Our pressing game working far better now. Here's Dabila to the left back target. They've just beaten the press as I say that. I got a little bit excited too soon though, and on the left hand side they're now coming forward again. Here's Anguissa in the middle of the pitch, finds Hadji, who's been brilliant all game. Here's Neil Morpay, switches it out to the left wing. They've got an overlap from target, we're nowhere near them. Here's the chance to cross into the front post. Morpay heads in for 4 under the keeper's body, and that's the problem not having your number 1. Can it really make that much difference? Dylan Phillips replaced by Cairns. He's had a horror show on his debut. 6 shots, 5 on target, 4 goals for Fulham, and a hat-trick from Morkay there, and one that really should have been saved by the keeper. So we're going to go and make some substitutions. The 2 centre-halves have been absolutely woeful. Stevens on a yellow, so Stockford on for him. We're also going to make a change in midfield too. We've got one struggling in the centre. Baptiste had a poor game, although Campbell has 2, so Alex Mowat on for him. And then on a right wing, Delgado's been atrocious. Oscar Benitez coming on for a rare appearance. Let's get back into it, go a bit more attacking. We've dominated the match as a contest, but defensively without our keeper we're all over the place, and we desperately need him fit for the next game against Forest. Back with Miranda on the left-hand side, a chance to try and get back into it. How on earth you can look at those stats and see us losing 4-2, I don't know. Mowat picks it up in the middle. Can we get one late on? Just a 4-4 draw would be incredible here. Rick over to the byline, crosses it in. Arezzo, now Baptiste, slides into the corner. Brilliant finish from him. The man we nearly took off, of course. Selnays above a 7 for the rating now. Baptiste got an excellent one too. And just one more goal needed with 20 remaining. And this could be one of the most spectacular comebacks ever. 5 to go, it's all gone quiet. So we're going attacking on the team instructions. We're also going to go a bit more direct, higher tempo, try and get the ball forward a bit more quickly, see if we can create 1 or 2 more towards the end, as we've really been the better side and deserve at least a point. It doesn't look like it's coming though. The 3 minutes of stoppage time are up, and having a backup keeper really is a problem. We missed Dylan Phillips today. 4 goals conceded, twice the amount we conceded in the whole month of February. We're going to sympathise with the lads, but I'm not happy at all, and we'll need to get back to winning ways very quickly against Forest. Well, it looks like it wasn't just at the Valley there was drama. Look at the Carabao Cup final between the Manchester rivals. 5-4 to City after extra time. Brilliant goals across the board. A red card for Manchester United early in the second half. Looks like it was a cracking venue to be part of. Let's see what the media said about the game though. Fulham outscore us in a thriller. 4-3. How they beat us, I don't know. We had 3 times the amount of shots, twice the amount on target, more possession. Cairns made his Charlton debut in goal, and he had an absolute disaster there. 4 goals conceded, 1 of them went straight under his body, though there is some positives as well. Matías Arezzo ended his goal drought 11 hours before he hadn't scored, and that takes him up to 9 for the season. A bit disappointing of a return, to be honest, but we are set up really solid defensively generally, and we're missing out a little bit having no attacking input. Arezzo's got a fitness concern, but we have got a week off now, so again we'll be able to give him a bit of a rest from training. And who spotted at the Valley? Stoke boss looking at Arezzo and Morpay. Two good signings based on today's game. One got a hat-trick, one got a goal and looked lively throughout. Morpay an excellent player at 27 there, and one earning 40 grand a week at Fulham, worth 15 million quid. Just shows the calibre of player they got to work with. He scored 16 goals, one of the top scorers in the league, 45 in 101 for Fulham, basically scoring one every other game. We'd love to get Arezzo to that stage for us. We get a payout for the Carabao Cup, £8,000, not a lot for the players to be shared. And let's have a look at the review of the tournament. Stoke overachievers, despite us getting to the quarter-final. Swansea the biggest underachievers. Burnley v Newport was the best game, 2-2. I think it might be the final, lads. You might have got that one a bit wrong. Ivan Toney still at Peterborough, top scorer in the league. I'd be surprised if he's at Peterborough in real life in 4 years. Very good player, doing really well for them. Kevin De Bruyne atop of the assist chart. I'm sure one or more of them came in the final. And at 32, although he's declining physically, he still looks a fantastic player aside from that. So plenty of good signs despite the defeat. We'll obviously have our first choice goalkeeper back next time out, and we're also still in 6th place in the Championship remarkably, still in that playoff space despite losing that game, and that bodes well for us. We're 1 point clear of Burnley, although a couple of other sides are edging closer behind. So we've got Birmingham 2 points behind, Nottingham Forest who are our next opponent 6 points behind. After that is a little bit of a gap, but don't forget for this season we've got to get a top half finish, and we're now well clear of that. 11 points to Blackburn, 9 points to Luton in 12th place. Good to see them doing well in this series too. The relegation zone's 33 points, 25 clear with 10 to go. We haven't even got to worry about that at this point, and that's a real testament to how far we've come. Don't forget when we joined here we were only actually 3 or 4 points clear of relegation, maybe a maximum of 6 if anything else, and we're now 25 points clear, which shows how well we've done, and that's our first defeat in some time. I think it's 6 or 7 games at least. Let's have a look. The whole 6 in February and the one before. So since Southampton, where again we dominated and lost at home, but since then we've not conceded more than 1 in a game. In fact 4 might be the most we've conceded ever in a game here. When did we join MK Dons? So we conceded 3 twice, but aside from that we've been pretty solid at the back since, and after 2 goals conceded in our last 6 games, 4 against Fulham, and that shows not having your first choice keeper can have such a profound effect on the side. So I think because of this episode taking a little bit longer, we're not going to have time for the double header today, but I do want to show you one thing before we go. We joined the club obviously mid-time in December, so we'd already had the youth intake preview. It wasn't something we were able to look at, so let's go and have a look at that before we finish the episode and plan when we'll next be back. So our youth candidates, the preview intake, a few good wingers in general. This is a good group of players coming through. That's a good stage to hear. No negatives on there. 1 good English goalkeeper, 1 top prospect in central midfield, and 1 goalkeeper's a great prospect too. So that bodes very well for us next month. I'm hoping we'll get 1 or 2 superstars there, and it looks like it's going to be the keeper and midfielder. So let's keep an eye out for that. That should be in a month's time. Hopefully coincides with the next episode. If not, it'll be the final one of the league season. Can we hold on for the playoff space? Let me know in the comments what you think below. We'll be back in the start of April for that West Brom game. It's a big one. They're top of the table at the moment. They'll probably be close to wrapping up promotion at that point, and we're going to be trying to stay in that top 6 ahead of the end of the season against Watford and Huddersfield. But if you did enjoy this episode and that thrilling game against Fulham, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the performance. Can a goalkeeper make that much difference? That seemed to be a theme in both series this year actually. When we've not had our first choice keeper available and we've had to put in a backup, it's had such a negative impact on the defence. And I know it can be unsettling generally of course, but this is a really big effect. From 2 goals conceded in 6 to 4 in 1. No real glaring errors. 1 went a little bit under his body. The other 3 just good goals. But it doesn't look like the defensive shape's as confident. Maybe he's not as much of a communicator. I don't know. It could be a number of reasons really. But we'll be back to play the leaders West Brom in a couple of days time. And I hope you'll be with me to see if we're still in the playoff hunt. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for daily FM20 content from both of these long-term stories. As we mentioned, we're back with this one in a couple of days. In the meantime, we're back with Dorking Wanderers. That's our one club story where we're trying to take him to the top of English and European football, and we're heading towards January transfer season in that one too. I'm not quite sure it'll be as spectacular as this one was with Charlton, but it'll have plenty more action, trying to hold on to our best prospects, all of the things you have as that little feeder club in essence, and we're trying desperately to compete in the league and keep the balance sheet pretty healthy too. Finally, I'm part of a podcast that does matchday vlogs and interviews, and you can see the link to the matchday vlogs in the eye above. A massive thank you to everyone who's tried out the recent ones. The numbers on some of them have been incredible, so please do give us your feedback. It's something new to us. We really do appreciate your support, and we can't thank you enough for watching. watching so far. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support with the series. I really do greatly appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time for another big episode as we face the leaders and try and stay in the top 6.